Imagine living in a land where majestic mountains seem to scrape the sky, where marriage customs are intricate and unique, and where greetings come with a surprising twist sticking out your tongue. Welcome to Tibet, a realm of awe-inspiring beauty and intriguing traditions, often referred to as the Forbidden Kingdom for its remoteness and mystique. Beyond its tranquil lakes and soaring peaks lies a culture steeped in ancient practices, grappling with the push and pull of modernization. How do these centuries-old customs survive? And what hidden stories lie within this high-altitude wonderland? Join us as we uncover the fascinating tapestry of life in Tibet. Nestled between India, Nepal, Burma, and Bhutan, Tibet occupies a truly unique place on the world map. Its borders even extend to meet the Indian state of Sikkim, creating a fascinating blend of cultural and geographical influences. Yet Tibet is far more than just a region. It's a land that invites curiosity about how its time-honored traditions persist in the face of a rapidly transforming world. The Tibetan Plateau, a self-governing region under China, stretches across the northeastern reaches of the magnificent Himalayas. These iconic mountains, the tallest on the planet, form a natural barrier that divides the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan Plateau. Did you know that Mount Everest, often called the roof of the world, is part of this immense range? The Himalayas span across 7 nations: Bhutan, China, India, Nepal, Pakistan, Myanmar, and Afghanistan, each holding a piece of this extraordinary geological wonder. The origins of the Himalayas trace back over 300 million years to the age when the ancient supercontinent known as Gondwana ruled the Earth. Around 100 million years ago, the Indian landmass separated from Gondwana and collided with the Eurasian plate. This monumental event gave rise to both the Qinghai Tibet Plateau and the Himalayas, which, even today, continue to grow. Geologists estimate they rise at a rate of about 1 centimeter every year. Covering more than 1,200,000 square kilometers, Tibet encompasses a vast portion of China's land area. Its capital, Lhasa, known as the City of Sunshine, boasts an incredible 3,000 hours of sunlight annually. But Lhasa is not merely a sunlit retreat. It stands as a sacred symbol of spirituality, attracting Buddhists from all over the world. Tibet is a land rich with extraordinary traditions and cultural practices that have fascinated anthropologists and adventurers for decades. Among its many unique customs is a marital arrangement where a woman has multiple husbands, a practice that stands out for its complexity and practicality. This tradition, known as fraternal polyandry, often involves brothers sharing a single wife. It isn't just a cultural curiosity, but a solution to economic and social challenges faced by families in this region. With a large portion of the population living in poverty, combining resources through shared marriages provides financial security. Instead of each man struggling to pay a substantial dowry, brothers band together to support a unified household. In these families, the eldest brother usually holds the most authority, managing household affairs and ensuring the family's well-being. If he cannot father children due to health issues or other reasons, the responsibility may shift to the younger brothers. Interestingly, relationships within these marriages are influenced by effort and contribution. Tibetan women often show affection based on a husband's reliability and hard work. While all brothers share equal standing in theory, a wife may favor the one who proves to be the most dependable provider. This creates a quiet competition among the brothers, each striving to contribute more to gain her favor. On the other hand, if a husband fails to meet expectations, the wife may reject him, and he could be asked to leave the family. For such men, joining a monastery often becomes one of the few remaining options. Another fascinating aspect of Tibetan marriage is the role of jewelry. Necklaces, beads, and coins gifted by admirers are not just ornaments but symbols of a woman's social status and value. A necklace made of coral gems, for instance, is highly prized and can attract the attention of several suitors. Are these pieces of jewelry expressions of love or indicators of economic success? Perhaps they are both. Despite being deeply ingrained in Tibetan culture, these traditions face new challenges from modern influences and legal changes. For example, extramarital relationships, although discouraged, do occur. If a man fathers a child outside his marriage, he loses his inheritance rights, emphasizing the importance Tibetan society places on loyalty and family integrity. Yet, how does a culture that permits such unconventional marital arrangements also uphold strict expectations that women must accept any marriage proposal, regardless of their personal feelings? Before we dive deeper into these questions, I have a quick favor to ask you. If you're enjoying this content, take a moment to press the notification bell and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a few seconds, but means the world to us. Your support allows us to continue exploring fascinating stories like this one. Deal? Surprisingly, a bride's chastity on her wedding day isn't a major concern in Tibetan culture. However, women often face difficult choices. They are expected to accept any marriage proposal regardless of their feelings. Refusing a first proposal is seen as disgraceful and frowned upon by their community. As a result, many Tibetan women are pushed into marriages they don't desire. Yet, the spirit of Tibetan women remains unbroken. They often band together and devise bold strategies to escape unwanted unions. Through these brave actions, they create their own paths to freedom and happiness. In this chapter, Tibetan women symbolize strength and resilience, fighting for their rights and equality despite societal challenges. Their inspiring stories of courage and defiance resonate across time, offering hope to anyone enduring oppression or control. What do you think of the expectation for Tibetan women to accept any marriage proposal? Should cultural traditions outweigh personal freedom, or is change necessary? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In Tibet, greeting someone by sticking out your tongue is one of the most fascinating and unique customs that has drawn attention worldwide. This surprising gesture dates back over 1,000 years to the 9th century, when Tibetans believed that King Langdharma, a tyrant with a black tongue, represented evil. After his death, people began showing their tongues to one another as a way to prove they were not his reincarnation. Originally a sign of respect and trust, this tradition has since become a powerful symbol of Tibet's rich cultural heritage. While it is mostly observed by older generations today, the custom still amazes those unfamiliar with it. It serves as a reminder of how historical events can shape and preserve cultural practices for centuries. Tibetan scholars, anthropologists, and travelers have documented this intriguing tradition, helping to bring it to the attention of the world and sparking curiosity about Tibet's unique way of life. Tibet, often referred to as the Water Tower of Asia, is vital for sustaining life across the continent. Alongside Qinghai Province, it forms an enormous water reserve, with glaciers feeding some of Asia's most important rivers, including the Yangtze, Mekong, and Brahmaputra. Beyond water, Tibet boasts vast natural wealth. Its land holds abundant mineral deposits, such as iron, lead, zinc, cadmium, and copper, making it home to some of China's largest mining operations. The region also harbors significant reserves of oil and natural gas. In the heart of Lhasa stands the iconic Potala Palace, a breathtaking symbol of Tibetan Buddhism and architectural genius. Once the winter home of the Dalai Lama, this majestic structure overlooks the city and stands as a powerful reminder of Tibet's rich spiritual and historical heritage. For adventurers, Tibet promises unforgettable journeys. The northern face of Mount Everest, accessible from Tibet, offers awe-inspiring views of the world's tallest peak. On the path to Everest Base Camp, travelers pass the Rongbuk Monastery, celebrated as the highest monastery on the planet. Tibet's natural beauty also shines through its sacred lakes. Yamdrok Lake, with its vibrant turquoise waters, is encircled by snow-capped peaks and lush pastures, creating a tranquil contrast to the rugged landscape. Another wonder is Namso, the Heavenly Lake, one of the world's highest saltwater lakes, where the pristine waters mirror the vast sky above. The Giant's Kumbum, a magnificent stupa within the Pelkhor Chod Monastery, showcases the richness of Tibetan art and spirituality through its murals, chapels, and intricate sculptures. Additionally, Mount Kailash, revered by multiple faiths, draws pilgrims from around the globe. Completing the challenging Kora, or sacred circuit, around this mountain is believed to cleanse the soul and bring great spiritual merit. For nature enthusiasts, the Yarlung Sangpo Grand Canyon is a must-see. Known as the deepest canyon in the world, it features dramatic landscapes and diverse ecosystems that inspire awe and wonder in all who visit. Tibet's stunning landscapes and vibrant cultural traditions often draw attention, but the region also holds mysteries that inspire awe and curiosity. One such enigma resides beneath the serene waters of Namtso Lake, where legends speak of a creature known as the monster of Lake Namtso. Could this story be more than a simple myth? For generations, tales of this mysterious being have been handed down. One of the most intriguing stories dates back many years, involving a lone fisherman who ventured onto the lake at dusk. According to the account, he was casting his net when a sudden, immense force began pulling his boat toward the depths. In the fading light, the fisherman claimed to see a massive creature rise from the water, its glistening scales catching the last rays of sunlight and its glowing eyes staring directly at him. Panicked but determined, the fisherman paddled furiously back to shore. When he recounted his ordeal to the villagers, his story sparked fascination and gave birth to the enduring legend of the Namtso Lake Monster. Over the years, others have reported similar sightings, though, like the famous Loch Ness Monster of Scotland, no concrete evidence has ever been discovered. What makes this legend so captivating? Some suggest the creature is a guardian of the lake, protecting its sacred waters. Others believe it is the physical embodiment of water spirits, deeply rooted in Tibetan spirituality. Could these stories serve as metaphors, or is there something truly extraordinary lurking beneath the lake's surface? To this day, the legend of the Namtso Lake Monster continues to intrigue locals and visitors alike. What do you think? Is there a hidden creature dwelling in this sacred lake, or is it simply a tale meant to preserve its mystique? One of Tibet's most extraordinary customs is the celestial burial. Unlike traditional burial or cremation, families bring their loved ones to serene mountain peaks, where the remains are returned to nature through birds like vultures. This practice comes in two forms: basic and ceremonial. The basic form, more common among nomadic communities and rural villagers, involves allowing the birds to complete the process naturally. The ceremonial form, on the other hand, features elaborate rituals, including prayers led by lamas, cleansing the body, wrapping it in white cloth, and offering tributes. Family and friends accompany this solemn journey to the mountaintop, where juniper incense is burned to attract the birds. This sacred act is seen as a purification of the soul, symbolizing the individual's release into eternity. In some cases, the remaining parts of the body are respectfully processed, mixed with barley flour, and offered back to the birds as a gesture of gratitude. Although modernization and urbanization have made this tradition less common, it remains alive in certain remote regions where communities deeply value their heritage. Preserving this custom is essential for maintaining Tibet's unique cultural identity. The Tibetan Plateau is renowned not only for its stunning landscapes, but also for its rare plants and animals, which are closely linked to the lives of its people. Among the region's most prized treasures is cordyceps, a medicinal fungus celebrated for its ability to treat asthma and other health conditions. This highly sought-after fungus is harvested by nomadic herders during a brief season, providing a critical source of income. By 2024, top-quality cordyceps can fetch up to $125 per piece or over $112,000 per kilogram, making it one of the most valuable natural resources in the area. Another rare gem is the snow lotus, a plant found in the icy heights of the Tibetan mountains. With its cauliflower-like appearance, dark green leaves, and pale inner layers, this plant is believed to have medicinal properties that rival or even surpass those of ginseng and lingzhi mushrooms. For centuries, the snow lotus and other herbs from the plateau have been central to traditional Tibetan medicine. Tibet's remarkable biodiversity extends to its animals as well. The yak, often called the lifeline of Tibet, is integral to the daily lives of the Tibetan people. With lungs capable of holding 3 times more oxygen than a regular cow, yaks are perfectly adapted to the thin air of the plateau. They are essential for providing milk used in buttermilk and yogurt, assisting with farming, and serving as reliable pack animals for travelers navigating the rugged terrain. Equally iconic is the Tibetan Mastiff, known as the Divine Dog. This majestic and ancient breed, largely untouched by crossbreeding, is considered the most expensive dog in the world. By 2024, owning a Tibetan Mastiff can cost tens of thousands of dollars. More than just pets, these loyal guardians protect livestock, fend off predators like wolves and snow leopards, and even safeguard monasteries or mountains, and thus save lives or restored moral status. The Tibetan Mastiff, related to monasteries But how does a land famous for its rare plants and magnificent animals also hold the secret to one of nature's strangest phenomena, snow that turns bright red? Red snow. In the majestic mountains of Tibet, a rare and enchanting phenomenon occurs. Unlike the typical white snow, the snow here turns a vivid red, creating a breathtaking and mysterious spectacle. This unusual sight happens due to algae and bacteria thriving in the snow and ice, giving it its remarkable color. The primary algae responsible is Chlamydomonas nivalis, a resilient organism that survives in the freezing temperatures of the Tibetan Plateau, where it can get as cold as -30 degrees Celsius, or -33 degrees Fahrenheit. The striking red hue comes from a pigment in its cells called sanguine. In Tibetan culture, red snow carries deep symbolic meaning. It is considered a sign of good fortune, divine protection, and the promise of a bountiful harvest. For the local people, it inspires hope and belief in a brighter future. This extraordinary phenomenon, unique to places like Tibet, has captivated tourists and scientists alike. Beyond its beauty, red snow plays an important role in the environment by helping regulate the climate and serving as a source of nourishment for certain animals. Yet, despite this awe-inspiring natural wonder, Tibet also faces some of the most severe environmental challenges in the world. Tibet, often called the Third Pole for its vast ice reserves, faces critical environmental challenges with effects that extend across Asia and the globe. Over the past 6 decades, the Tibetan Plateau has warmed at a rate of about 0.32 degrees Celsius per decade, twice the global average. This rapid temperature increase has caused glaciers to shrink significantly, with far-reaching consequences for water resources. The situation is further complicated by large-scale hydropower and water management projects. Extensive dam construction and water diversion initiatives, particularly in China, have raised serious concerns about water availability for nations downstream. The Tibetan Plateau is also rich in minerals, but the extraction of these resources often comes at a price. Mining operations, frequently conducted with minimal environmental oversight, lead to deforestation, soil erosion, and water contamination. These practices damage local ecosystems and pose health risks to indigenous communities. Adding to the region's challenges are policies encouraging urbanization, which have relocated nomadic herders from traditional grasslands to urban settlements. This shift disrupts centuries-old land management systems, accelerating grassland degradation and reducing biodiversity. The loss of nomadic culture carries profound social and environmental consequences. Tibet's unique ecosystems, home to rare plants and animals, are increasingly at risk. Climate change, mining, and infrastructure development have intensified habitat destruction, endangering species found nowhere else on Earth. Rising temperatures also thaw permafrost, causing land subsidence and releasing methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. And in the mid-21st century, this not only accelerates global warming but also destabilizes water systems and infrastructure, creating challenges for local communities and downstream areas. Tibet's environmental struggles reveal the delicate balance between development, cultural preservation, and ecological sustainability. As we examine these urgent issues, one critical question remains: how can the world protect this vital region while addressing the demands of a rapidly changing global landscape? Tea, a traditional drink and cultural icon of Tibet, has a captivating history rooted in the legendary tea horse trade route. Brave traders traveled across treacherous paths to deliver the treasured God's water to Tibet. Unlike the lush green regions where tea is cultivated, Tibet's harsh climate, with an average altitude exceeding 3,000 meters, freezing temperatures, and limited rainfall, makes growing tea nearly impossible. The key ingredients for the iconic butter tea are transported from India on a journey spanning nearly 4,000 kilometers. This trade route was once a crucial lifeline, connecting Tibet with neighboring countries, especially India. Along this grueling path, traders encountered immense challenges, including rugged terrain, extreme weather, snowstorms, and even bandits. They carried horses, yaks, and local goods to exchange for Indian tea, fostering trade and cultural exchange between the regions. The perilous journey earned the tea horse trade route legendary status, often compared to the famous Silk Road. It stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of the Tibetan people and highlights the deep cultural and trade connections between nations. Each cup of butter tea represents more than a refreshing beverage. It embodies the courageous spirit, endurance, and cultural pride of Tibetans. For visitors, enjoying butter tea is a gateway to the story of the legendary trade route, offering a taste of the plateau's unique flavors and an appreciation for Tibet's rich traditions. What are your thoughts on the incredible journey traders undertook on the tea horse trade route? Would you face such challenges for a cultural treasure like Tibetan butter tea? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to explore more fascinating stories. Have you ever heard the phrase "Forbidden Kingdom"? This term often brings to mind the ancient and mysterious land of Tibet, a region long cloaked in secrecy due to its remote location and rugged geography. For centuries, Tibet remained largely cut off from the rest of the world, nestled high in the Himalayan mountains. These towering peaks served as natural barriers, deterring most visitors and allowing Tibet to cultivate a distinct culture, rich in spiritual traditions. One of the most iconic symbols of Tibet's historical and cultural heritage is the Potala Palace in Lhasa. Perched atop Marpori Hill, this breathtaking structure was once the residence of the Dalai Lama and a central hub for Tibetan Buddhism. The Potala Palace stands as both an architectural masterpiece and a profound symbol of Tibet's spiritual and political legacy, capturing the essence of the Forbidden Kingdom. Today, Tibet faces numerous challenges, balancing the preservation of its unique cultural and religious heritage with the pressures of modernization and political control under Chinese governance remains a significant issue. On the global stage, many organizations continue to advocate for cultural preservation and greater autonomy for the Tibetan people, sparking ongoing discussions about the future of this extraordinary region. Known as the roof of the world, Tibet has always captivated travelers from across the globe. However, visiting this remote region is not straightforward. In the past, Tibet was entirely closed to outsiders. It wasn't until the year 1980 that tourists were first allowed to enter. Even today, traveling to Tibet involves strict regulations. Visitors can only join guided tours and are not permitted to explore every corner of this fascinating land on their own. Tibet is a treasure trove of cultural and spiritual heritage, with countless historical secrets that local leaders strive to preserve. As the birthplace of Buddhism, it is home to ancient traditions and sacred sites, many of which remain off-limits to tourists. When visiting Tibet, it is essential to adhere to the rules and listen carefully to your tour guide. Straying from designated areas or entering forbidden zones can lead to unexpected difficulties. Respecting the local customs and laws is crucial for ensuring a safe and rewarding journey. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Your support truly means the world to us. Click on the video currently on your screen. You're going to love it. Let us know in the comments which country you'd like us to explore next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.